Hey, good evening. Welcome to the 51st Annual 200 Club Valor And Meritorious Awards presentation. The County of Morris was born in 1738. The office of the sheriff was born in 1739. I'm Jim Gannon, a very proud sheriff of Morris County. Morris County has grown to 482 square miles and over 509,000 people who call this great county home. The members of the local, county, and state police, along with the fire and EMS service, are the folks on the front line. They respond to emergency calls each tour that place them in uncertain risk. We turn to them instinctively for help. They instinctively respond. They are denied the luxury of choice because of the day that they made an irrevocable commitment to place the public good over any personal considerations. Without them, our county and our country would be in fear and a constant state of panic. That's why the 200 Club was formed in 1972 to recognize these true American heroes. At this time, I would like to announce the honor procession led by the Morris County Sheriff's Office Honor Guard and the Police Pipes and Drums of Morris County. Please remain standing as the Morris County Sheriff's Office Honor Guard presents the colors. Chief Jack Ambrose will now lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance.
Everyone, please place your hands over your hearts as we honor the colors of the greatest country in the land. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Chief. Please remain standing as Laura Zupa Diavella comes up on stage to sing our national anthem.
Oh, Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ring clear, the guns bursting in air, give proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you very much, Laura. What a beautiful job. Let's hear it again for the Morris County Sheriff's Office Honor Guard and the police pipes and drums in Morris County. At this time, I'd like to introduce Father Owen Moran of St. Luke's Catholic Church to deliver the invocation. I'd like to say Father Owen is also our chaplain at the Morris County Correctional Facility and does some wonderful work with our officers and the inmate population. Thank you, Father.
Jim. Good to see you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. As a little boy, I used to pray to my guardian angel. Every night I would think of this angel guiding me and protecting me and giving me courage. As I look out upon each and every one of you, I see multiple guardian angels guiding many people, protecting other people, and helping them in times of difficulty, fear, and distress. God has blessed you in the ability to share your very special gift. And in this beautiful place on this wonderful evening, we bring each of your lives to God and the many people we support because we care. And so we pray. Loving Father, thank you for the ability to serve, to guide, to protect those many people who come into our lives in need. Give us always, Lord, the courage to do so, the joy to understand the how and the why, and the ability to serve you and always strive to be. In the Father, in the Son, in the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you.
Please be seated. I'd just like to say it's my honor to be sharing the stage with past EMS Captain Carl Bonafide, who's the president of the Morris County EMS Alliance, and Chief Ross Johnson, the president of the Morris County Police Chiefs Association, Chief Derek Shear, the president of the Morris County Alliance of Active Fire Chiefs, Jeffrey Paul, director of Morris County Office of Emergency Management, and Major David Sheratovich, the commander of Troop B, New Jersey State Police. Let's give them a round of applause. It's certainly my honor to introduce you to our 200 Club president, Dr. Robert DiMedio. Dr. Rob has done a phenomenal job with this organization and has really taken it to new heights. You know, every president puts their own flair into it and does a great job, but he's really lived it, he's breathed it, and he really represents the 200 Club of Morris County extremely well and loves everybody in it and really cares for the people out in the community that are doing this dangerous work like you all. So, Dr. Rob.
Thank you, Sheriff. I believe everyone in this room will share this. We are so fortunate and blessed to have James Gannon as our Sheriff of Morris County. Coming down the stairs of his home, a man walks into the living room where his wife and children are sitting on the floor playing. This is a daily event as he leaves for work. He lifts up and hugs his 6-month-old son as his 4-year-old daughter clings to his leg for a chance to get her daddy hug. This is the center of this man's world, his family, and the friendly confines of his home. His loving wife watches the kids getting their hugs while waiting patiently for her chance to do the same. As he is ready to leave, she proceeds over to embrace her man, who is dressed in his best, wrapping her arms around his chest just above his duty belt. She whispers in his ear, "Be safe, text me when you can, come home to us. Come home to us." This individual is not just an ordinary person on his way to work. He will not be going to a secure desk job pushing a pencil throughout the day. He will not be traveling to his store, which he owns, getting ready for the customers of the day. He will not be picking up a dental handpiece as yours truly would. No, he will be out there entering a world of unpredictability, which sometimes is a dangerous one at that, doing his job to serve others, to protect others, to be the barrier between danger and those whom he watches over. This individual is a first responder. Whether that individual is a man or a woman, whether an officer of the law, a firefighter, an emergency service personnel, an OEM official, he or she is guardian to all of us, a provider to all of us in Morris County, a protector of many, an American hero. Tonight is that special night in the life of the 200 Club of Morris County, a night in which we honor and acknowledge these first responders by highlighting their accomplishments and heroic acts of the past year. This evening is not only a time to celebrate these individuals, but it is a time to be grateful, a time to say thank you to all our warriors who protect and serve the citizens of Morris County. Can I please have all the first responders stand, those in uniform and those retired? Can you please stand? Thank you. As you experience this evening, please take the time to ponder what life would be without these local guardians. Tonight, as you observed and heard the honor guard playing as they marched and led in these heroes, perhaps you thought of all those who have given their lives serving others, or those who have put themselves in the line of danger each and every day, each and every call to duty. I have just portrayed the common thread that all of you here tonight and all the members of the 200 Club of Morris County share. Private citizens and civic leaders who have a common passion and dedication to these individuals and have made the choice to become a part of the club's ongoing worthy mission. To all the people who are not yet a part of our mission, I hope you come away from this evening of all the pomp and circumstance with a personal decision to commit yourselves to becoming a part of our organization, becoming a member, becoming one of our sponsors, or as a member, giving more of yourself to the cause. The more you know about our mission, the easier the choice it will be to make and to join us. I'd like to acknowledge the heartbeat of our organization, if you may. I would like all the former presidents to stand, please, as I call your name. Rainey Savacha, if you are here. Rainey Savacha, Alan Fassett, Alan Florin, Tom Guglielmo, Looney Savacha, Sheriff James Gannon, Billy Lockwood, and James Rizzo. Can you please stand? I also want to proudly recognize all the officers and boards of trustees, Senior Vice President Suzanne Saravalo, Damian Palmy, Vice Presidents Chuck Aaron and Joe Janarone. Please stand when I call your name. Secretary Ron Barnett, Treasurer Nick Sarinelli, Assistant Treasurer John Corigliano, and Chairman of the Board James Rizzo. Our Board of Trustees, Joanne De Palma, Claudia Ergot, Guy Fernall, Tom Ace Gallagher, Tom Leonard, John Mania, who is not here, he's recovering, Janet Rapisardi, Lisa Santoro, and Frank Zuppa, he's also recovering, and also all the ambassadors. Can you please stand? Last but certainly not least, I would like to recognize and thank Lori Richmond, the consistent driving force of the 200 Club of Morris County. For over 35 years, Lori has served this organization with passion, expertise, and dedication, and here tonight has put together another fantastic evening of honor. Could I please have Lori Richmond come up, please? This makes it much easier to be president. Lori Richmond. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees, we are presenting you with a 200 Club jacket. Just so you don't forget.
So I don't forget who I am.
Okay? It says Lori Richmond Club Administrator. A quick word about our upcoming events. I hope you join us with the Scholarship Award Ceremony on May 15th. It's a Monday night at Morris County Public Safety Academy. 15 high school seniors of our first responder community will each receive $5,000 in scholarships for the higher education. Please follow us on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. First responders, please use the Morris County First Responder Gazette.com. It's all for you. It has a lot of literature on there for you. On September 23rd, which is a Saturday, this gift is for you from the 200 Club. We're going to have our second First Responder Day in Florham Park. I hope you can support it. I hope you can come out with your families. The general public is also included in that and invited. We have a competition brewing amongst first responders. Who will take home the home run king this year? We had one last year. I think, is Jesse Novales here? That's the home run king from 2022. Finishing out the year on Monday, November 13th is right back here is our annual meeting. Again, that will be November 13th on a Monday. In closing, please elevate your heart and mind to the 200 Club of Morris County. The heartbeat will only continue beating by increasing our awareness, visibility, and membership. There are plenty of people in the general public, including our families, friends, and our business associates, just looking for a way to support our Morris County first responders. Becoming a member of the 200 Club is a terrific way to show this support. On a personal note, being the president of the 200 Club of Morris County is one of the greatest honors of my life. I would like to thank my wife, Bunny, and my family, some who are first responders themselves. And I would like to thank you for allowing me to lead this magnificent organization. The best to you all, and looking forward to your continuing support. God bless our outstanding first responders, and God bless the 200 Club of Morris County. Good job. Thank you.
Okay, let's get on with the awards. Award group number 1, East Hanover Police Department. Meritorious honorees: Patrolman Joseph DeMeo, Patrolman Michael Panzarino, and Sergeant Randy Patner. Okay, I also have Chief Canizzo. Home invasion with a handgun in East Hanover. August 18, 2022. Sergeant Patner, Patrolman DeMeo, and Panzarino responded to a home on Ridgedale Avenue for report of a burglary in progress. The resident and caller reported she was at work. However, she observed several unknown suspects inside of her home. She believed one of them could possibly have been an ex-employee from her company. Upon patrol's arrival, they observed a parked vehicle in the driveway. The driver was in the driver's seat with the seat reclined. Upon speaking with him, he told the officers that he was not involved with anything and just waiting for his girlfriend. However, he was wearing a jacket with the hood up over his head in August and blue surgical gloves. No indication he was going to medical school. Patrol removed him from the vehicle, placed him in handcuffs, and detained him. After detaining the man, the officers checked the exterior of the residence, and Patrolman Panzarino observed that an entrance door window was shattered with glass on the ground with an approximate 8-inch circular puncture above the doorknob. Sergeant Patner and Patrolman Panzarino took cover behind a parked vehicle in the driveway and began giving verbal commands and announcing their presence. About 30 seconds later, an interior light illuminated. Two suspects exited the doorway and began running towards Ridgedale Avenue northbound. As they exited and began running, Patrolman Panzarino immediately observed one of the suspects holding a handgun in his right hand. Patrolman Dimio and Panzarino ran after the man, giving him verbal commands to drop the gun. The man did so on the front lawn, but continued to run northbound on Ridgedale Avenue until Patrolman Panzarino safely maneuvered him to the ground and placed him in handcuffs. Nice job. Sergeant Patner ran after the second suspect and safely maneuvered him to the ground, where he was also placed in handcuffs. At that time, all the suspects were searched and taken into custody. Items recovered from the residence were seized, and the suspects were processed at headquarters without incident. One of the suspects stated he burglarized the house in an attempt to retrieve his wallet and $6,000 that was owed to him by his boss. Personnel from Florham Park, Hanover, Parsippany PD responded along with the Sheriff's Office, CSI, and K-9. A delayed NCIC had alerted officers that the suspect vehicle was reported stolen from Passaic. The vehicle's owner was later contacted and responded to police headquarters, where the vehicle was released back to him. Congratulations. The 200 Club is very honored to provide you with the Meritorious Service Award. It helps when you have a couple football players on the police department, right? Chief Canisso, would you like to say it?
I'm just going to say one thing. I'm Chief Chris Canisso of the East Hampton Police Department. Keep this really short. I just want to thank the 200 Club, Sheriff Gannon, under your leadership. The New Jersey State Police actually had a part of that behind the scenes. And Michael Panzarino is probably the fastest human being I've ever seen in my life. And I challenged Sheriff Gann's K-9 to Mike, and we're going to see what, maybe that'll be the new 200 Club fundraiser. Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Award 2, Roxbury Township Police Department. Meritorious honorees, Patrolman Kevin B. Lockhart Jr. and Patrolman Stephen Strobridge. Chief Adone, could you please come up? This case is prevention of a suicide in Succothon. May 20, 2022, Patrolman Stephen Strobridge and Patrolman Kevin Lockhart responded to an address in Succothon in reference to a welfare check on a suicidal male. The victim's ex-wife responded to the residence when she was unable to reach him by phone. Once there, she found multiple suicide notes on the front door and called the Roxbury police. Once on scene, Officer Strobridge and Lockhart checked the exterior of the residence for a point of entry to the house. While doing so, they heard a vehicle running inside the garage. Patrolman Strobridge removed the screen from the garage window and immediately made entry. Once inside, he observed a man going in and out of consciousness behind the wheel. Patrolman Strobridge opened the garage door to ventilate it. Then Patrolman Lockhart assisted with removing the victim from the vehicle and getting him outside. Both officers rendered medical care to the victim until the arrival of EMS. The responding medics advised that the man didn't have much time left had Officer Strobridge and Lockhart not intervened when they did. Congratulations.
Great job. Thank you. I swear. Thank you. Must have been at the Go program. Congratulations. Nice work. Thanks.
Award group number 3, the Morristown Fire Bureau. Can I please have meritorious honorees, firefighter Alexander Cadena, firefighter Jesus Castaño. I understand he's not going to be there because he just had a little baby. So let's keep him in memory. Mom's doing well. Firefighter Mike Sorelli, Captain Thomas Tex DeGroot, firefighter Sean Gaffney, firefighter Michael Kohler, firefighter Christian Musner, firefighter John Procthauser, firefighter Jonathan Procthauser Jr., firefighter EMT Joseph Sanfelice. Can I also have Chief Robert Flanagan and Director Corcoran come up to the front, please? Chief Derek Shearer. Elm Street, Morristown Apartment Fire. Morristown Fire Department Tour 2, under command of Captain Tex DeGroot, was clearing an earlier fire call when County Dispatch advised them there was a call pending for a fire alarm activation on Elm Street. Captain DeGroot cleared all units and responded. Upon arrival, Captain DeGroot witnessed brown smoke coming from a second-floor window on the B side of the building. Captain DeGroot established incident command and advised incoming fire units that there was a fire on the second floor to B side with smoke coming from an apartment window. He then requested that the Morris County Communications Center upgrade the alarm to a working structure fire. Captain DeGroot conducted a 360-degree assessment of the building and did not observe any signs of smoke or fire with the exception of the second floor window on the B side. Chief Robert Flanagan arrived on location and advised Morris County Communications Center that he was assuming command, directing Tex DeGroot to be interior operations. Captain Flanagan requested a second alarm. Madison Fire Department for a rapid intervention team, or RIT, and for PSE&G and JCP&L to respond and control the utilities. Firefighter accountability tags were handed in, and Firefighter Byrne was the accountability officer for the duration of the incident. Engine 4 chauffeur firefighter Christian Musner and Engine 1 chauffeur firefighter Castano worked together to secure the water feed from the hydrant located on the corner of Elm and Altamont Court to Engine 4. Firefighters Castano and Sanfelice relocated to interior operations to assist interior crews after the water source was secured. Firefighters Sanfelice and Gaffney were detailed to Fire Division, or the First Division, which is the first floor, to evacuate any tenants and report conditions they came across. Firefighter William Collar advanced a 1 3/4-inch hand line off the rear of Engine 4 to the Second Division, second floor, awaiting backup from firefighters Cadena and Sorelli before entry was made. Second Division advised Incident Command that they located the fire in Apartment 14 and would have to force entry. Entry was gained, and the Second Division advised Command that they were met with heavy black smoke and zero visibility. Firefighter Cadena entered the apartment and tried to make his way to the window to vent the smoke, but hoarding conditions inside prevented him from doing so, and he requested that the window be vented from the outside. Firefighter Gaffney relocated to the outside and climbed the portable ladder placed there by Firefighter Muster and vented the window to release toxic smoke and heated gases. Firefighter Sorelli and Collar entered the apartment and located the fire to the right side of the apartment by utilizing a thermal imaging camera, then quickly extinguished the fire. Firefighter Cadena was given the hose to conduct hydraulic ventilation, a fire stream to blow out a window through the window for visibility. While conducting a primary search, Firefighter Collar found an unconscious female in bed under some clothes that fell from a nearby rack. Firefighter Sorelli informed Incident Command that a victim had been located and were in the process of removing her from the apartment. Morris County Communications Center was advised that the victim was being removed from the building and to inform responding BLS that she was unconscious and not breathing. ALS was requested to the scene at that time. Firefighters Muster and John Procthauser Jr. retrieved the medical bag from Engine 4 and set an area up in the front yard to treat the woman removed from the building. Firefighters Cadena, Sorelli, Castano, Gaffney, and Collar removed the woman to the stairs where Captain DeGroot and Firefighter Procthauser Sr. assisted in removing her to the outside to begin CPR while awaiting for basic life support. Once Firefighters Castano and Gaffney handed off the patient at the top of the stairs, they went back to the apartment to help Firefighter Sanfelice locate any remaining hotspots and begin overhaul operations. Once outside, Firefighter Cadena began performing CPR while members were placing defibrillator pads on the patient. She began breathing on her own, and ALS and BLS took over patient care. Two or two members were able to secure a feed, stretch a line to the fire floor, force entry, overcome a major hoarding condition, ventilate the room, locate and remove the victim, and perform CPR. It is our opinion that without the quick actions by these members, the victim would not have survived the fire. Congratulations. Say something, Sure. Cheers.
Yeah, okay. Everybody, on behalf of the Morristown Fire Bureau, all members of the 200 Club, Chief, Sheriff, all of you, thank you so much for the recognition tonight. And I would also like to say that to my members, I truly feel blessed, honored, and privileged to work with every single one of you. I am so proud to be a Morristown Fire Bureau member, and I want you all to know that. And I would also like to say that for everybody out here, these guys do so much at the job that they do even more off the job, and thank you so much for that. I don't think everybody here knows what all you do out of work. For the community, that is. And I just want to leave everybody here with one thing, and it's, I'm probably going to get upset, but it's etched in my mind for the rest of my life. This girl that came out of this house, she was gone. And, you know, everybody here had a part in bringing her back to life. But etched in my mind is you, Alex. This firefighter right here did not give up doing CPR. He kept doing it over and over and over again. And finally, after so many minutes, there was movement. And I just want to say that's etched in my head for the rest of my life. And I thank you all so much for that.
Thank you, Chief. Like that name,
Excellent job.
I was born in Louisiana, but Louisiana sound good.
Be safe, okay?
Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. Good job. You're an asshole. Good job. Nice job. Good job.
Award group number 4. This incident has meritorious honorees and valor honorees in it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to announce the different honorees, and then while you're coming up, I'm going to start the incident bio as to what happened, okay? So, award group number 4, Netcong Fire Department, company number 1, meritorious honorees. Assistant Chief Raymond Bach Jr., Lieutenant Jeff Kozowski, Firefighter Mike Kunkel, Firefighter Robert H. Shellhammer. If I could have Chief Dwayne Hartel and Chief Derek Shear, please, flank the honorees. We also have from the Stanhope Netcong American Legion Ambulance Corps meritorious honorees, Captain Derek Kunken and Lieutenant Richard Kunken. If I could have Captain Carl Bonafide, please. Award group number 4, Netcong Police Department, Valor Award, Patrolman Matthew Payanessa. If I could have Chief Russ Van Houten, please, and Chief Ross Johnson. And finally, Valor Honoree, Patrolman Robert Popelka of the Stanhope Police Department. If I could have Chief Stephen Pittiger and Chief Ross Johnson, please. This case involves the ice rescue of 3 individuals on Lake Apacon. Sunday, January 16, 2022, the Netcong Police Department, Stanhope Netcong American Legion Ambulance Corps, and the Netcong Fire Department dispatched to Lake Musconetcong in the area of 60 Cockless Drive for the report of a snow vehicle and occupant that had fallen through the ice into the water. Upon Patrolman Matthew Payanessa's arrival, There were people on the ice pointing to the direction of where the individual had fallen through, which was approximately 300 yards from shore. Officer Payanessa began directing people who were on the ice to shore, knowing that the ice was not secure in the area. While doing so, a male, who was approximately 40 yards away from Officer Payanessa, fell through the ice into the water. Officer Payanessa maneuvered his way to the second victim, and without regard for his own safety, attempted multiple times to pull him from the icy waters. After several failed attempts, Patrolman Robert Popelka from the Stanhope Borough Police Department arrived, went into the ice without regard for his own safety, and provided a rope to assist in the rescue. Utilizing the rope, the officers, dressed only in their standard duty uniforms, were able to pull the victim from the water, and he returned to shore. A few seconds later, a female victim fell through the ice. Officer Payanessa began making his way to the woman. Officer Popelka was approximately 20 yards away from the woman. Assistant Chief Raymond Bach Jr. from Necong Fire Department Company Number 1 arrived and provided the woman with a rescue rope and handed the other end to Officer Popelka. Captain Derek Kunkin from Stanhope Necong American Legion Ambulance Corps arrived with BLS Ambulance 2832 and provided Assistant Chief Bach Jr. with an ice rescue sling, which was secured to the woman by Assistant Chief Bach. Officers Payanessa and Popelka, Assistant Chief Bach, and Captain Kunkin assisted in bringing the female victim to shore, where she was turned over to an EMS unit for further treatment. As additional resources arrived, including Necong Fire Department Company Number 1 and additional units from Stanhope, the rescue began for the first man, who had fallen through the ice on his dirt bike 300 yards from shore. Utilizing ice rescue suits, a sled meant for ice rescues, and other miscellaneous equipment, Captain Kunkin, along with Lieutenant Jeffrey Kozowski and firefighters Michael Kunkin and Bob Shellhammer, began the rescue of the man. Captain Kunkin and firefighters Kozowski and Shellhammer began making their way to the victim. Upon reaching the victim, it was determined that there was an approximately 15 yards of open water between the ice shelf the rescuers were on and the ice shelf the victim had pulled himself onto. Firefighter Kozowski swam through open water and pulled himself onto the next ice shelf to provide the victim with an ice rescue sling as a flotation device. Firefighter Kunkin began bringing the Marsar sled from shore from Assistant Chief Bach and Lieutenant Richard Kunkin of Stanhope. Due to the distance from shore, multiple reels of rope were needed to ensure the sled was able to reach the victim. When the first reel of rope was used, Lieutenant Kunkin secured the sledge rope to himself as he was secured to a rope on the shore. Firefighter Kunkin then continued to bring the sled out to the open water. Once at the open water, Firefighter Kunkin and Shellhammer and Captain Kunkin swam with the sled through the open water and climbed onto the next ice shelf. The victim was then secured to the sled, at which time rescuers signaled to be pulled in, and those subjects were pulled in from the open water. Once on shore, the man was turned over to an additional EMS unit for assessment. All rescues returned to shore. Captain Kunkin and Lieutenant Kunkin then began to assist in the treatment of the victims. Due to the distance of the victim from shore, most of the shore operations were conducted on the ice. On the ice, there are many people that assisted in shore operations. There are firefighters Mark Sylvester and Chad DiRupo, Frank Scott, Officer Payanessa and Popelka, and other members from their respective agencies. EMS units on scene later transported the woman to a local hospital for further treatment. The other two victims refused further medical treatment at the scene. Assisting departments and agencies on scene included Necong Police Department, Stanhope Police Department, Necong Fire Company Number 1, Stanhope Ambulance, Morris County Office of Emergency Management, and St. Clair Paramedics. While not directly involved in the rescue, the assistance of multiple members from each agency resulted in a successful operation. While an ice rescue is considered part of the job, this was by no means a standard rescue. Due to the extremely thin ice at this location on the lake and the need to travel through open water, the first responders were extremely lucky that they themselves did not become victims. The incident, originally dispatched as an incident with one victim, quickly turned into 3 rescues due to the unsafe conditions All the victims were rescued and survived due to the quick and effective actions of those on scene. These first responders went above and beyond the call of duty while acknowledging the risk to themselves and their own personal safety. Due to the extensive distance from shore and the open water needed to be maneuvered, the first responders had to think on their feet to effectuate the rescue while putting their own safety aside. There was a very positive outcome on this job, and these officers should all be commended for their actions. Congratulations. Thanks. Congratulations.
Thank you, John.
Congratulations. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. Congratulations. Great job. Nice job. Nice job.
Award group number 5, the Rockaway Township Police Department. Meritorious Team Honorees: Patrol Officer Robert Parks, Patrol Officer Lysandro Peralta, Patrol Officer Donald Redden, Patrol Officer Kevin Shea, Sergeant Matthew Tanis. If I could please have Chief Marty McPartland and Chief Ross Johnson. We have a Valor Honoree, Patrol Officer David McAndrew. Rescue of 5 residents from a house fire in Rockaway Township. Sunday, May 1st, 2022, at approximately 5:30 a.m., Rockaway Township Police Officer David McAndrew was driving to work to start his 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. patrol shift. As he passed a residence on Mount Hope Avenue, he noticed the structure was on fire. Stopping his vehicle, off-duty officer McAndrew proceeded to force entry to the resident's front door and assisted 4 trapped residents in fleeing the flaming structure. As Officer McAndrew was engaged in these rescue efforts, Sergeant Matthew Tanis, Police Officers Shea, Peralta, Redden, and Parks responded to the scene after it was called in at 5:34 a.m. as a working structure fire with trapped residents. These officers were also waiting to start their 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. shift at Rockaway Township Police Headquarters when the 911 call was received at the police desk. Arriving officers were now greeted by flames engulfing the right side and the rear of the residence. Witnesses at the scene informed them that one residence was believed to be trapped inside. The officers attempted to re-enter through the front door to search for the missing resident. However, due to the extreme fire conditions and not being properly equipped with personal firefighting equipment, the officers were forced to retreat. Knowing that time was of the essence in such a dangerous situation, the officers proceeded to the rear of the house, where they were able to confirm that there was a man trapped in a second-floor bedroom in the rear left of the house. While the other officers spoke to him calmly to assure him, Officer Shea located a ladder at a neighbor's house. Using this ladder, the officers were able to extricate the trapped man and lead him to safety. Once the man was safe, the officers were able to check the remainder of the house to ensure there were no other occupants inside. Responding fire units from Rockaway Township, Dover, and Picatinny Arsenal Fire Department arrived to contain the fire to the initial residence. The 5 rescued occupants of the home were evaluated for any medical complaints and/or injuries. After the fire was extinguished, the scene was investigated by the Rockaway Township Police Department Detective Bureau with the assistance of the Morris County Sheriff's Office Crime Scene Investigation Unit and the Morris County Prosecutor's Office Arson Unit. The swift action taken by the responding Rockaway Township police officers on this beautiful spring Sunday morning spared the lives of 5 trapped residents from a horrific death. Their selfless actions and devotion to duty exemplifies the highest traditions of law enforcement and brings honor to their department and themselves. Congratulations.
Nice job.
Award Group number 6, Morristown Bureau of Police. Meritorious honorees: Officer De Los Santos, Sergeant Beverly Downey, Officer Brian Holmes, Officer Connor Johnson, Lieutenant Mike Molnar, Officer Kalen Starnes, Detective Scott Weaver, and Valor honorees: Officer Michael Alberto, Officer Ross Dillon, and Officer Eric Petter. Can I also have Chief Darnell Richardson and Chief Ross Johnson up, please? And also, can I have the Public Safety Director also, Mr. Corcoran? Domestic violence incident in Morristown involving a handgun. October 25, 2021, Morristown officers responded to a residence on Franklin Street on the report of a physical domestic violence incident. Officers were advised that the male suspect was not wearing a shirt and that the 911 call was now an open line. Officer Ross Dillon arrived on scene first and observed a man matching the description standing at the front of the building next to the apartment where the 911 call originated. The man was extremely agitated, uncooperative, and stated he had been in prison for murder. While Officer Dillon attempted to speak with the man and de-escalate the situation, Officer Eric Petter arrived as a backup unit. As Officer Petter approached, the man advised that he had a gun on him. The man had his hand inside his pants pocket and was ordered to remove it by the officers. At that time, the man pulled out a silver handgun, racked the slide, and pushed his arm out towards the officer, stating that he was going to die. Officers Dillon and Petter were within 3 feet of the man. Both officers drew their service weapons and ordered the man to drop the gun while moving tactically to a position of cover. Officer Michael Alberto, who had just arrived at this time and was able to provide close support from a differing area of cover to allow Officers Dillon and Petter to gain cover. As this was unfolding, Officer Brian Holmes and Connor Johnson arrived and made contact with the victim, who had fled the apartment during the initial altercation. The officers stayed with the victim during the entirety of the incident, ensuring that she and others were positioned away from the danger while providing additional cover for the situation. Officer De Los Santos and Starn arrived on the scene and ensured that a safe perimeter was established. At that time, Sergeant Beverly Downey and Lieutenant Michael Molnar arrived and began the process of managing this unfolding incident while making notifications to the Morristown Police Command Staff, the Morris County Sheriff's Emergency Response Team, the Morris County Prosecutor's Office Major Crime Unit, and Crisis Negotiations. As a result of the incredible bravery and teamwork of these officers, the subject was ultimately taken into custody without injury to anyone. The control and exposure and composure shown by this team to manage such a dangerous and difficult situation cannot be understated, and this is the reason we are proud to present them the 200 Club Award. This incident occurred right at the emergency department of Morristown Medical Center. The hospital had to be shut down. There were weather elements that came into play. It was like a civil service in-basket test. You know, that what could go wrong did go wrong in this. But when you're dealing with high-end performers like the Morristown Bureau of Police, you see the outcomes. Obviously justified, without speaking for the county prosecutor, justified in the use of deadly force, potentially. But these officers saw a way around it because of the impact of that. And can't say enough for all these incidents, but this incident really is something special. And God bless you all. Thanks for the job you did.
Thanks, sir.
I know. All right, we'll do it again.
Hey. I met you before. Good job.
Right, congratulations, guys.
Hey. Hello again.
Good job.
Nice work.
Yeah, all right. The pack.
Sometimes. Award Group number 7, Roxbury Township Police Department, Valor Honoree, Patrolman Brad Keys. Can you come on up, please, and along with Chief Dina Doan. And also, I understand Sayori Osawa Keys is in the audience, and that's your bride. Why don't you come up here too? Come on up. This family. The newly married couple, right? Newly married couple. It's wonderful. Thank you. Come on up. April 1st, 2022. The Mount Olive Police Department was investigating 2 serious crimes involving a carjacking and attempted bank robbery that were committed by the same individual in a short period of time. The suspect fled the scene into Roxbury and was located minutes later by Patrolman Brad Keys. Officer Keys continued to follow the suspect into Randolph Township, at which point the suspect collided with another vehicle, stopped for a red light at the intersection of Route 10 East and Dover-Chester Road. The suspect exited the vehicle he had carjacked minutes earlier and attempted to carjack another vehicle that was stopped at the same traffic light. Patrolman Keys was able to get to the vehicle and stop the carjacking in progress as the suspect was attempting to pull a woman from the driver's seat of her vehicle. Patrolman Keys took the suspect into custody by himself, was able to control him until the officers arrived. In doing so, Officer Keys sustained some injury at that time, but your actions were nothing short of heroic. He intercepted a second carjacking, and as you can see, he's grown pretty big around here. The guy got the wrong guy, you know what I mean? He was trying to do it, and you did a nice interception. Nice job on that. Congratulations.
It's always fun working with you.
Job well done.
Thanks, Chief. Nice work out there.
The kid looks like a trooper, Major. You gotta size him up.
Hook him back. Hook him back. Hook him back over.
I tell you, can we just give a round of applause? What 7 tremendous events, huh? Amazing. I'd like to recognize past Valor and Meritorious honorees who are attending tonight. And if I could ask you to stand. We have Michael Alberto here, right? Morristown Bureau of Police, the 2017 Meritorious Team honoree, and tonight's 2023 Valor honoree. You have Jeffrey Almer, Washington Township Police Department Chief, right? 2018 Meritorious Team honoree. Shannon Fluke Bach, Necog Fire Department, 2013 Meritorious honoree. Carl Bonafide, Roxbury Fire Department, 2015 Meritorious Team honoree. Christopher Canizzo, Chief, East Hanover Police Department, 2010 Valor honoree. Anthony Capolella. There's no Gannons, it's only Capolella. Necog Borough Fire Department, 2020 Meritorious honoree. Keith Cregan, Morristown Bureau of Police, 2009 Meritorious Team honoree. Kevin Croker, Lieutenant East Hanover Police Department, 2022 Valor honoree. Michael Datchison Jr., Rockaway Township Police Department, 2016 Meritorious honoree. Adam Del Gurcio, Roxbury Township Police Department, 2017 Meritorious Team honoree. Sean Gaffney, Roxbury Township Police Department, 2017 Meritorious Team honoree. Ross Johnson, Chief, Mendham Township Police Department, 2013 Meritorious Team honoree. Derek Kukin, Stanhope Necong, American Legion Ambulance Corps, 2019 Department honoree, and tonight's 2023 Meritorious Team honoree. Matthew Laughlin, Morristown Fire Department, 2011 Meritorious Team honoree. Joseph Maditz, Necong Borough Police Department, 2013 Meritorious Team honoree. Robert Mazza, Morristown Bureau of Police, 2017 Valor honoree. Bruce McCarter, Denville Township Police Department, 2012 and 2019 Valor honoree. The famous Jesse Novalis, the Home Run King, Township of East Hanover Police Department, 2013 Valor honoree, 2016 Meritorious honoree. Jeffrey Paul, Morris County Office of Emergency Management Director, 2019 Departmental Plaque honoree, and 2020 Valor honoree. Paul Perello, Hanover Township Fire District Company Number 2, 2011 Meritorious Team honoree. Robert Popelka, Necong Fire Department, 2007 Meritorious honoree. And Stanhope Police Department, 2023 Valor honoree. Jonathan Procthauser, Morristown Fire Department, 2000 Valor honoree, 2011 Meritorious Team honoree, 2023 Meritorious honoree. You want Johnny Procthauser on the job. Joseph Sanfelice, Morristown Fire Department, 1980, Valor Honoree. 2000. Does that sound right? Well, he's a Valor Honoree guy. And Meritorious Team Honoree in 2014 and 2023, Meritorious Honoree. Robert Shellhammer, Netcong Fire Department, 2007, Meritorious Honoree, and 2023, Meritorious Honoree. Jack Sylvester, Roxbury Township Police Department, 2015, Meritorious Honoree. William Turner, Roxbury Township Police Department, 2017, Meritorious Team Honoree. And last but not least, Scott Weaver, Morristown Bureau of Police, 2009, Meritorious Team Honoree. And 2023 Meritorious and a 2013 Meritorious. Wow. What a list of honorees, huh? Hey, thanks for all coming out to support true American heroes. You know, we hear too many times in the media what people think heroes are. I always direct them right back to rooms like this. These are heroes. These are people that are doing right out there. These are people running in when people are running out. You're in safe hands here in Morris County due to the services here. The local, the county, the state, the federal services that are here. Whether it's police, fire, EMS, the Office of Emergency Management. It's seamless, the process. It's no secret that most recently we've had some incidents involving schools and things like that in Morris County. These are the people that show up to protect your kids, and they do a damn good job. And they leave it all on the line here. They do great work, and we're so proud of each and every one of them. Let's give them all a round of applause. Quick thanks, Lori Richmond. You heard her before. She makes this whole thing happen the last 35 years. 200 Club's administrator. Dr. Rob DeMedio, our 200 Club president, you heard from. Ron Barnett, the 200 Club committee chair. Susan, 200 Club Award Celebration Committee. Janet Rapisardi from the Ambassadors. David Kramer, our photographer, a great man. Father Owen from St. Luke's Roman Catholic Church. Laura Zupa Diavella, the singer of our national anthem. Our Sheriff's Honor Guard, the Police Pipes and Drums of Morris County, the Birchwood. The Birchwood always makes it happen, and we're very appreciative for the Birchwood. Thank you. I'd also like to give a shout out to Bob Carroll, the Morris County prosecutor who's here, who's very supportive across all the sectors here. Thank you there, prosecutor. Okay, join us in the ballroom. We have a Viennese hour in the Grand Ballroom. I understand 8:40 to 9:30. We'll work on that. The bar reopens and guests can cap off the evening with a decadent offering of desserts, flaming coffees, and cordials. And at 9:30, they kick us out. All right? So thanks very much for all your support. God bless you all. Keep up the great work.